Good morning, folks. Hope you're all well today. I'll just get Facebook on board, then we'll get this programme underway. Well, first we'll say hello to a few people. Last one of the week. Always good. I wonder what we've got in the rags today. Right, that's Facebook on board. Now let's say good morning to a few of you. Right, who's on? Alan Arnott, Jeanette Gilfillan, Mark Telfer, Lorna Shields, Christina Mackey. Good morning, Christina. Who else we got? We got George Docherty. We got the other Davy. We got George Ewan, John O, Akies. Any Facebookers in yet? Yep. Good morning, Jan. How are you? Hi, Kirsty. Good morning, Melanie. Been worried no seeing your icon for a day or so. Hope you're keeping well, Ian. Thank you, Dean. That's jolly decent of you. Nice way to start the day. That'll definitely help the Food Bank Fund. Good morning, Neil. Morning, Harry. Joseph. Hi, Sandra. You're actually on time. If I no noticed you've been late and no sent you the naughty steps, oh dear. Hey. Melanie. We'll stick that one up. Melanie's wishing you all good morning, numpties. It's awfully decent of her. Morning, Margaret. Morning, Linda Scott Bryant. C.L. Sutherland, good morning. Right, let's get this thing underway, shall we? Indie Truck Davy out the truck and up home. In his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, Scotland, where it is dry, overcast, warm, 15 degrees. So that's what the weather's like here in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire. You want to know what the weather's like where you are? Look at your rain, bloody windy. Right, pollen counts high, by the way. Grass and butts again. Main allergens. So get your wee tablets popped if you get hay fever. I'll get mine with a cup of coffee right after this programme, because then I've got to nip out and go pick the wife up at work. Right, first up this morning, we have got the Scotsman. Now, it's interesting how these headlines tie together in some places today, folks, so keep an eye out for it. The Scotsman's got spending cuts and tax rises loom as welfare bill to hit 9 billion. Warning by fiscal body that government at Holyrood faces period of real challenge. No, they don't. Just pay whatever bills are presented to the Scottish Parliament for the services you need. Send the fucking bill to Westminster. End of story. They keep 60% of our tax revenues. In fact, it's a wee bit higher now when you think about the tax revenues that are not attributed to Scotland, like oil and gas, and alcohol duty, and tobacco duty, and everything fucking else. Just pay whatever it is we need to pay, send them the fucking bill. They can take it off at 60% of our money they're holding back. And they can take it off the money that they're generating for your resources. So, as far as I'm concerned, Holyrood has no problems while we're in this union. Just spend what you fucking want, send them the bill. After all, they are the lender of last resort let's max out their credit card. Fuck them. Actually, your credit card. They don't even pay the interest. Take that one down. Next up, we have the Daily Fail. What's the Fail got for us a day? The Fail's got the same fucking nonsense. Threat of tax hikes and spending cuts as report sounds economy warning. There's no fucking Scottish economy booming. Oil and gas prices are stable. We're producing that much electricity that's been drained out of the fucking place. We've got a vibrant food and drink industries, and we've got high-tech industries, and we've also got a manufacturing base. Scotland's doing fine, thanks very much. The bits of the Scottish economy that is in trouble, that's Westminster's fucking fault. Like, they've just recently decided just to put a whole town in the scrap heap here in Scotland. Couldn't do the same thing in fucking England, but could they? No, when the whole town was about to go in the scrap heap because of the demise of British steel, let's rebrand that English steel. Then come the fucking government galloping into the rescue. But deliberately sabotaging the whole town in fucking Scotland. Grangemouth. SNP, 9 billion, benefits bill, and guess who will pay? Aye, the Treasury. Send them the fucking bill. End of story. Right, next up we'll get their answer. Did you know I don't put their answered up? So, I'll tell you what's in their answered. Crime Lord halts campaign of violence. Gang wars truce. End of hostilities declared after drug cartel chief step in. Coke kingpins unhappy as police hits trade. So there you go. The police crackdown because of gang wars have upset the cartel. The cartel's the real people behind these people. Because these minions that we call gangsters here, they weren't peddling enough shit because they were busy fighting each other. So the cartels have stepped in and said, stop your fighting, get back to peddling drugs. So that's the end of the gang wars. Right, the Telegraph has. We'll put it up. Herald speaker accused of bias against unionists. And this is wee Douglas Ross throwing his dummy out the pram because he's no longer in the limelight and that he's been ignored by the press and shunned by the people. So wee Dougie's got to get back into the headlines somehow. So his answer: have a pop at the presiding officer and say she's union biased or biased against the union. Never heard so much nonsense in all your life. Alison's reputation and record will stand for itself. But wee Dougie pulled that stunt yesterday to stay in the limelight. The people are no interest in wee Dougie anymore. The people in the North East especially don't like him anymore, especially after what he did to Stone in the Westminster election. Depose a sick colleague. So, wee Dougie Ross needs to stay in the limelight, needs a bit of attention, and that's how you get it. Get yourself thrown out of the chamber and then accuse the presiding officer, Alison Johnson, of being biased against unionists. He was behaving like a wee tit in the chamber. She warned him multiple times The only option left here was to tell him to leave the chamber. But this is a dreadful thing that he's doing. And I wonder who put him up to it. Because this calls the credibility of the whole Parliament into question. And of course it's a Northern Irelandisation of the Parliament. At least in that Parliament they have maintained the visage of being able to cooperate, unlike you see in Stormont. But this move by wee Dougie Ross, that could change that altogether. And it could be to the detriment of the people of Scotland. So, I wonder who put him up to it. His temper tantrum, his bad behaviour, and then subsequent outrageous suggestions against the presiding officer. I will. So, let's see what the loony right-wing rag the Express has got for us this morning, shall we? So wee Ross desperate to stay in the limelight, but pulling dangerous stunts. Right, the Express has Holyrood bias claim as MSPs clash over net zero madness. Ex-Tory leader Ross thrown out of chamber during heated debate. It wasn't a fucking debate. It was First Minister's questions. And all the way, every time John was answering the question, this wee nyaff would start chuntering to the sidelines. So, even the headlines ran. It wasn't a debate. But this is the problem with that wee nyaff pull. Not good. Right, next up with the eye. Let's see what it's got for us this morning. PIP disability claimants in key Labour areas at greatest risk of welfare cuts. I don't think there are any key Labour areas anymore. I don't think there's any key Labour Tory areas anymore. And it's their own fault. After 100 years of sparring with each other, these two parties, the two cheeks of the same arse, they've run out of steam. They've got nothing left to offer the people. And the people have had enough. There seems to be a change in direction here. Those that have come to the fore to lead that change of direction, they'll know the right people, but there seems to be a change coming in how politics is done. And the idea of Labour areas, Tory areas, they're gone. That monopoly was smashed here in Scotland a long time ago, and Farage is about to do the fucking same right across the UK by the looks of it. This by-election in Scotland next week will be telling. We're looking at the numbers very carefully. Very, very carefully. But Labour and Tory are both washed up. They're done. And that's what happens when you pick liars to lead you. Or you get deceived into having a liar head up your party. Right, next up the Herald. What's this paper got for us this morning? Union claims councils are dithering over pay deal. The GMB at it again. And Eric Cosler and the Scottish Government say they're sleepwalking into industrial action. Probably. Because when this round of pay talks comes to the table, there ain't going to be fucking much left in the pot. The GMB, the trade union wing of Labour. Right. What's the scum go today? The scums go suspect 53 in court today. Ex-Royal Marine charged over parade horror. Dad of 3 on TBH rap after 79 hurt. And this is the guy who drove his car into crowds at a celebration of Liverpool winning the Premiership. So, a wee bit more of that further in. Right, next up we'll get a National. Let's see what it's got on its front page today. Ross kicked out of Holyrood Chamber. Wrote it on himself. By-election visit abandoned to avoid Gaza protests. Runaway Rayner. Now apparently there's been a council's ordered the removal of a Trump banner and Scottish firm that didn't pay minimum wage named. That's the front pages there on the National. So apparently Rayner was due to campaign in the Hamilton, Blackhall and Stonehouse by-election, but was put off with the idea of being confronted with a people protesting what's going on in Gaza, the genocide being committed by Israel. And no doubt she'd have got it tight because her party in the UK Parliament are actively participating in that genocide. They are providing arms, they are providing military assistance, and they are providing intelligence to the Israeli butchers. That's as fucking complicit as you can get. It's indisputable that what they're doing is being complicit in mass fucking murder. And they won't be held to account. The same as Tony Blair wasn't held to account. These people are actively participating in the mass murder of hundreds of thousands of people. Because fuck knows how many is under the rubble. These people are actively participating in the slaughter of children. Runaway Rayner. He's been in the fucking jail. The whole cabinet should be in the jail. They should all be in the clink. Right. This one's interesting. Remember what I said earlier about actively sabotaging the Scottish industry and condemning a whole Scottish town. We see this fucking headline. We have the Times. Reeves ready to rip up spending rules in red wall splurge. So she's going to spend a fortune in the northeast of England, is she? After condemning Grangemouth and the people who live there to a grim future. After saving a town in England's central belt sort of thing, heartlands. Now she's going to throw our money areas of England to try and convince them to change their mind on voting reform at the next election. Shows you how little they think of us. Don't need to spend money on the jocks. Their votes don't count. Our votes literally do not count. Labour, did they need 37 Scottish MPs to win their majority? Point proven. And Lord Chief in Nazi jibe at Tories and reform. And it's Heimer attacks. Pick and mix attitude to the European Court of Human Rights. As you know, Reform and the Tories would like to do away with the European Court on Human Rights. They'd like to take it back to the Supreme Court with a British Bill of Rights. And according to this paper, parents really do know best when their child is sick. Don't know, unless they're a doctor, I doubt it. They might know their child is sick and get them a healthcare professional, but know best. No, the healthcare professional know what's best. Right. We've got The Guardian. Let's see what this has got. It's normally an England-centric story. Shit. I have to shut The Guardian down. Instead of shutting the Times down. What's The Guardian go? Protest as ministers prepare to sign value-free Gulf state deal. Now, what does it mean by value-free Gulf state deal? Well, it means that they won't allow the bad human rights records in these countries towards women, towards the LGBT community. They won't allow these sort of things to get in the road of trade. Value free. Didn't say tariff free. Didn't say free trade deal. It said value free. That means we put our moral compass. They haven't fucking got one down that road anymore, but that just means they put the moral compass in the cupboard in the interest of trade. Right, where are we? The Metro. Is this the one I'm waiting on? Starmer's dire warning as reform threat grows and the end of the world is Nigel. This is Nigel's economic ideas that have been laid out. Just cut everything, just do away with everything. It'll all be fine. People will manage on their own. No need for state interference. But the other bit I was looking for actually must have been a byline. And the byline was that Reeves to look at axing 50,000 civil servant jobs in the spending review, which is coming up. They're telling me it's a summer spending review news, so I guess it's been pushed back. Well, it is the summer. So it will be coming up. The spending review should be next couple of days. Today, will be the defence review has hit the table. So we'll have a wee look at that today. Spending review is coming up. But the whole point of attacking the SNP and the Scottish Government and the Scottish Government's 9 billion a benefit budget is because we have a better social contract, our benefits pay more out of our pockets, and the people who work in our system are more compassionate. But the reason for the attack on the 9 billion and saying it's sustainable is because the spending review is coming up and they're talking about massive fucking cuts. And I mean massive cuts. So they're talking about getting rid of 50,000 civil servants. Thank you very much, Stephen. You're a gentleman. So, the Scottish budget's got to be attacked, because when they cut down that road, that means we get cuts here. And the blame's going to be shifted from Westminster. Remember West Streeting? All roads lead to Westminster. All roads. That's why I say just fucking spend what you need, send them the bill. Thanks, Alistair. You're a star. You know, all roads lead to Westminster. I say just fucking spend it, Scotland. They're holding back 60% of your tax revenues. Maybe more. Just send them the fucking bill. What are they going to do? They're the lender of last resort. It's them that's going tits up, no us. Right, what's the star goal for us to end the week? The star has Liverpool latest face-off cop parade suspect. Ex-Royal Marine Commando charged. Dad of 3 is a company director. So apparently, apart from being whacked out his brain and something that had him drive, tailgate an ambulance and drive into a fucking big crowd, apart from that, he's a pretty standard guy. There you go. Apart from being whacked out his head while driving a car and tailgating an ambulance and blattering into 79 people with his car, apparently he's an ordinary guy, father of 3, ex-military man, and a company director. Maybe he should have stayed off the drugs that day, eh? Because he's going to jail. He's going to jail. And of course, we've got to take into consideration the 79 people that he hurt. He deserves to go to jail. When you're a father of 3, a company director, and you've got responsibilities, you've got no business getting your car fucked up in drugs. None. Absolutely none. No business. Right. That's it for this week, folks. Thanks very much for watching in such great numbers again today. Thanks for your generosity. I am working on getting it out the door. I'm waiting on 2 organisations getting back to me. The problem with these food banks is they're not open all the time. So you're only catching these people, or they're only picking up their voicemail and things like that in the days when they're in. You just got to hope that you're in to answer you. You know. See you, Melanie. So I'll stay on top of it and let you know what's happening. Okay. You guys look after yourself. Have a nice weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you all back here Monday morning, 10:30. Don't be late. You'll be on the naughty step. Keep your eyes on the prize. The prize at the moment is Holyrood 2026. The prize, the immediate prize, will be next week's by-election.